come they can't emote? How come they can't cry? Because he's not you. His hardware is not the same as your hardware. The problem is that the proper way, the correct way to emote in this society is to do it like a woman. And it has been that way since the sexual revolution. It's been that way since like the mid 60s right now. So when we talk about vulnerability, okay, the problem with vulnerability is that women always say, well, vulnerability is we can just talk about our feelings. We can just work things out. Blah, 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 blah. That's you talking to your girlfriends. You are not going to emote. You're not going to communicate with a guy the same way that you talk to your girlfriends. I've said, and this is my joke, okay? Whether women have boyfriends and girlfriends, if you're not fucking her, you are her girlfriend, because that's the way that, because if you are communicating if you are communicating with a woman on the same level, using the same language as women, using the same emotional qualifications with that woman, her instinct, her hindbrain is going to see you as another woman. So you're communicating to her like a woman, like what you were saying before, if you start, emoting and crying and everything like that, that instinctually women see that guy as communicating as a woman. He's feminine. So he's not an alpha male. He's not masculine. He's communicating to me as a feminine person, as one of my girlfriends would. So that's not I'm not saying, oh, you got to fuck everything on two legs. I'm just saying that when you are communicating in such a way, women will interpret your emotionalism, your emoting, as another woman, like having coffee with her and talking and doing all this, like emoting and communicating and connecting like a woman would. So that's number one. Number two is that the vulnerability side of things is again, it's congruency. So if you are constantly an alpha male, if you are constantly an asshole, if you're constantly authoritative, if you have this one predominant personality, and suddenly, like we were just talking about this a minute ago, you cannot go from nice guy to, you seem like a pouty boy baby, right? If suddenly you say, well, I'm going to start to be an alpha male, that guy is not believable. And all of you guys have said exactly the same thing. So when a guy who is an alpha male, that's his predominant characteristic,